I am strong. I am gracious. I am calm. I am happy. I am blessed. I am unique. I am wonderfully and beautifully made.
Morning light is showing, she moves the chair to look out at her view. But a shop was built right across the street, and it stands where the sunrise used to be in the afternoon.
Hello guys, you're welcome back to my channel and I am so happy to have you back. Today, we're going to be talking about looking after our mental health. A lot of times we look after our bodies, our physical health, but we forget to care for our mental health. Our mind, the powerhouse. So today, I'm going to be taking us on a journey on how to improve our mental health and put it in the right place. So you don't want to go nowhere. The mind is the pedestal for living, the pivot that underpins every area of our lives. The mind is the driver, and if it's not put in the right state, will affect other aspects of our lives. The mind is powerful. It affects the way we feel, we act, we handle stress, we relate with others, and the choices that we make. A good mental health fosters productivity and functionality. A friend of mine, Unique Space, says that there is no health without mental health. And this is true because mental health problems has the potential to destroy lives, to destroy families, marriages, businesses, and careers. And that is the reason why we have to lay emphasis on our mental health and put it in the right place. The tips I'm going to be sharing are indigenous to me and have been crafted out of my practice, and I do hope that they're beneficial to you. So the first one is called venting, and venting just means letting out. You can imagine like in a kitchen where you have a lot of fumes, you need to open the window or else the fumes will not have an outlet to go out. And if there's no outlet for them to go out, the fumes become unbearable and they have the potential to choke. And that is the same thing with strong emotions, worries, problems, call it whatever it is. If you do not vent them out, they have the potential to build up so quickly to a state where they can explode. Just think about building blocks. Yes, it keeps mounting, and because it's not being put under control, could explode at any time and cause a lot of havoc. So venting is simply letting these emotions out, and this can be to anyone you trust. It can be to your child, to your spouse, to your parents, your siblings, anyone that you trust. It could be a professional group or a community group or even to your creator. As long as you trust this person, you can vent to them. I'd like to quickly add that sometimes the people that we vent to might not be able to help us in any way, but that doesn't matter. Venting to people just takes the load away and is an outlet to pour out all the problems, the anger, the frustrations, or whatever event that has happened. You can imagine telling your 5-year-old daughter that you had a bad day at work today, or that you almost bashed your car. What they'll do is to just look at you and argue and just say something so heartwarming, and that just takes away the pressure and whatever pain that is in your heart and just makes you feel loved. Tip number 2 is increasing your social interactions. Yes, no man is an island and we are social beings. And you find that in communities where they have a lot of social and communal interactions, people there suffer less from anxiety and depression. So the minute you start to want to withdraw to your shell, there is a problem. So our advice that we spend time with our spouses, dedicated time with our spouses, our children, our moms, our dads, our siblings, our friends, and our loved ones. Let's create time to have to spend time with them, to talk to them. You can go on a walk with them, exercise with them, hold their hands, according to, your relationship with them. Just make sure that you always create time to want to socialize. And also you can join platforms, maybe like group meetings, social associations, clubs, whatever it is that that will have a positive impact on you. I remember having to manage a guy that we had done everything for, but he wasn't getting better. One day I told him, I said, there's something you have to do for yourself. You have to leave your home and socialize. And your medications will not do this for you. Your counseling sessions will not do this for you. You need to take that step. So he did come back after a while to tell me that, oh, you know what, you were actually right. He made an effort to join a polo club and he got acquainted with people there. And in no time, these people showed him a lot of support, a lot of care. And he would tell me that if he came late to the field, or if he didn't turn up at all, they will call him. They were interested in his affairs genuinely, and that boosted his mental health. That made him feel loved and valued. And that's what social interaction does to us. It makes us happy and it makes us feel valued, which in return boosts our mental health. Tip number 3 is what I call closing the deal. Yes, closing the deal. And what that means is that if there's anything that has hurt you, maybe you got disappointed, you lost something, someone stole something, or your car broke down, you didn't get that job offer, or whatever it is, go into your closet and ponder over it. Feel bad about it. Cry if you need to. Yes, crying releases feel-good hormones that eases physical and emotional pain. So cry if you need to, and then tell yourself, I need to forget this. I need to close this deal. Yes. So in that way, if the thought wants to come back again, you remind yourself to say, I have closed the deal. I need to move on. I cannot continue to ponder over that job I didn't get, because I need to go and prepare for the next job. So that is what it is. Having that attitude that, you know what, I will do whatever it is to make me feel better. And once I've spent that little amount of time to think about it and I've done the needful, I need to close the deal and move on. The next tip is dumping. Dumping means taking stress and dumping it. So on a daily, we go through a lot of stress. We wake up early, have to do school runs, work deadline, traffic, get back home. The list is endless. So we absorb a lot of stress on a daily basis, but how do we let this out? You can take, for instance, a pipe of water. There's an inlet and there has to be an outlet. If there's a blockage or there's stasis, it will create havoc, and that is what stress does to the human body. So taking a lot of stress, there has to be an outlet where we can dump the stress. One of the ways we can dump stress is having good quality sleep. Good quality sleep charges us, it refuels and rejuvenates us. We want to ensure that we're getting at least 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep, and it will be a good idea to have a strict sleep routine. When you wake up, you feel refreshed, energetic, and on top of your game. And on the flip side as well, if we've had a bad night, we wake up feeling really tired, grumpy, and we can have difficulty, managing throughout the day. And this has an impact on our mind as well. I normally like to turn on sleep meditation music. It helps me to have a soothing and relaxing sleep. Distracting activities is a good let out and a good way to dump stress. So this can be anything that you enjoy doing, that you find exciting. It could be something new that you've never done before, or something that you simply enjoy. And this differs from person to person. So it could be reading, it could be joining a music club, it could be a dancing club, it could be swimming, it could be gardening, it could be having a pet, cooking something new that you've never cooked before, or it could be baking, it could be whatever it is that you think you're passionate about, that it will make you happy, is a distracting activity. It will fill your time. So distracting activities relaxes us, it engages us, it makes us happy, gives us joy, especially for those of us that complain about boredom. It will fill our time, and you find out that there's no time to be lonely. You're actually doing something that you enjoy. So for me, one of the things that make me happy is doing YouTube. I'm really passionate about it. So you need to find out and work out what you truly enjoy doing and fill your time with this. You can also do this together with your family members. That just makes it more wholesome. I'm sorry I'm camera shy, but one of the very good ways to dump stress is the 3-letter word that married couples do. And if you're married, please avail yourself of this opportunity. Studies have shown that the act releases feel-good chemicals and also stress-regulating hormones that make us feel truly happy and relaxed. You find out that if you have a very, very healthy sexual life, that you have this afterglow the next day, you feel happy and on top of your game. Another tip is having a good work-life balance. This is really important. There has to be an harmony in the different aspects of our lives. So our work, ourselves, and our family. We must not let one overshadow the other. Each has to take its own appropriate space in our lives. So you find out that when you have a very good work life, it can help you strengthen your family lives and vice versa. One doesn't have to be used to in deprivation for the other. You all have to give it good amount of time and dedication. If you find out that you're struggling at work, or that your work is starting to impact on your life, or you're overworking or doing longer shifts, and this is having an impact on your family, you might want to talk to your employer, because when you have this good balance, it relieves stress and it just creates that balance in your mind. The next tip is planning and organization. This goes a long way in helping to put our mind in order. Having a routine that you adhere to, whereby you've put things in place, you've planned things, you've organized things, it just goes a long way to release us of stress and anxiety. If you know you're going to have to go to work the next day, you want to make sure that your clothes are well ironed out, your shoes are in the right place, everything that you need to use for the next day is well put together. You don't want to wake up in the morning and start to look for where your keys are, where your shoes are, and everything is all over the place. All this just helps to prevent chaos and just puts us all together so that we can function in a well planned out manner. So just planning everything, taking time to leave the house way ahead of time to allow for traffic or whatever on eventualities might happen, in the morning, will just help us to get to work on time, and then put us in a good frame of mind to start the day. I don't know if you've ever had this before, where you've not planned anything and you just wake up in the morning like staggering, it's just a mess. It's just a disaster waiting to happen. So yeah, you want to make sure that everything is all well planned out and organized and you're on top of things. Yes. As you would appreciate, this is quite a big topic to cover, so we'll have to leave the rest for next week. So at this point, let me just say that thank you so much for having me. Thank you for tuning in. I couldn't have done this without you. You guys actually improved my mental health. Yes, thank you so much. So until I come your way next week, please look after yourself. Please like and drop your comments down below. Do not hesitate to share this video. It might help someone out there. And please do subscribe and join the family. Until I come your way next week, remain blessed and look after yourself, because your life matters.
Oh, when she moves the chair to look out at her view, but a shop was built right across the street. It stands where the sunrise used to be in the afternoon.